Today we're taking a look at the KRG X-Ray Gen 4 rifle chassis. Before we dive too deep into the video, it's important to note that KRG have since released the Gen 5 X-Ray chassis. It's very similar to the Gen 4 that you see in front of me, though it has a more rigid backbone that runs all the way to the Foreend and has a few little extra features that have been added on, though it's still very comparable to the Gen 4 I have here. I've always lent towards a chassis for precision rifle for the reason that you cannot find a more adjustable or customizable platform than a chassis. As much as I love a traditional timber stock, it doesn't have the features that I require for a precision long range rifle. Now this chassis will actually have a few unique features to your ordinary Gen 4 chassis for the reason that it was dedicated for the Lithgow LA105. If you're interested in the Lithgow LA105 rifle, I have a few videos already dedicated to that rifle in the X-Ray chassis. The reason that the X-Ray has always stood out to me is I believe it's at an achievable price point for the average shooter. The X-Ray has all the necessary adjustments that you need to really make that rifle fit you like a glove. Now the top three features I look at when choosing a precision chassis is an adjustable cheek piece, length of pull, and a grip that aids with my 90-degree trigger finger. The X-Ray also has a beautiful thumb shelf, which really just makes that 90-degree trigger finger nice and comfortable, and I don't have to grip this pistol grip to influence my rifle negatively left or right. Now, the KRG X-Ray goes a step further on all of those. Not only do we have an adjustable cheek piece up or down, we also have spaces in our cheek piece so that we can move it forward and backwards to fit our face nicer. Our length of pull is adjustable by spaces. You look at some of the higher end KRGs and you're going to get features that make this a lot easier to adjust. Though that being said, it's not something I'm always going to adjust on a rifle if I'm the sole person shooting this firearm. The features that it does have as a nice perk is the ability to change the height on your recoil pad as well as the cant position. Now the pan of the recoil pad is not something that I've overly played with, but I do know a lot of great shooters who actually intentionally put some cant in their recoil pad because it brings your center line closer to your center while still being comfortable behind that rifle. Now this feature also really stood out when I first had to clean the firearm. I could remove my cheek piece and I had easy access straight down the bore. It also really stood out when I had to bore sight the rifle. I've used other chassis previously where you just can't get a perfect line of sight down that bore, so it takes a little bit more effort to actually get a good bore sight so you're not wasting as much ammunition. You also have QD mounts on either side of your chassis, which is really handy when you want to customize and set up your sling. The rifle takes AICS style magazines. I love the ambidextrous magazine release so that I can easily drop the magazine out of that rifle. Now another main reason to run a chassis rifle over a rifle stock is the bedding. We have an integrated alloy skeleton so that there is no need to bed the rifle, there's no movement whenever we tighten our action screws. Now as well as the aluminium bedding system, we have a skeleton that goes all the way to the Foreend so that this stock is absolutely rigid. I've shot some really nice firearms that are let down by the fact that you've got that little bit too much movement in the Foreend. Also another feature to look at is our Foreend and our attachment points. This has M-lock all the way down to the front and comes with a sling stud, which I have since removed. Now this is the first rifle platform that I have run purely as an Arca rail. The reason being is this rifle is going to be utilized a lot with a tripod as well as a bipod, so I wanted the ability to be able to utilize that entire Foreend no matter what position I'm in. On the front of the Foreend of the X-Ray chassis, we have two MLK slots on both sides of the firearm. This has been a feature I've never utilized before because I've never had it. But now that I have it, I'm using it for my sling attachments so that I can get a nice attachment on that sling and not have to have it under the rifle so that my rifle is not constantly pivoting as I have that sling attached when shooting. Another massive perk to the KRG X-Ray as opposed to even some of the higher end KRGs is the weight. It is a nice lightweight platform. This configuration comes in at 1.430 kilos. That is extremely impressive for a precision chassis. It means that I can utilize this system as a hunt-in rifle as well as a competition rifle. To sum up my opinion on the KRG X-Ray chassis, plain and simply, it is a phenomenal chassis. It's one that I've always looked at and now I'm extremely happy to own. It's also a platform that I can see myself utilizing for other projects down the track. The fact that the KRG X-Ray chassis is already up to Generation 5 just show the hard work that KRG put in to stay relevant in the precision rifle game. The only way that you can pick up these little finesse points is by 1, listening to the end consumer, and 2, utilizing these products yourself. They obviously put in the time and effort to find the little finesses that can be improved as each generation goes on.